समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्. Last time we did half of verse 16, and so I will read it again. अनपेक्ष शुचिर्दक्षः उदासीनो गतव्यथः सर्वारम्भपरित्यागी यो मद्भक्तः स मे प्रियः. Says anapeksha shuchi daksha. These things we had done. We had done free from dependence. Dependence on objects to give happiness. We had explained that since happiness is not in objects, depending on them to provide it is foolishness. Giving the same example that Gurudev had given, that if you churn sand, you will never get butter from it because butter does not exist. You can keep churning it all your life, but you will not get butter. Same thing is with objects and situations and people, relationships. You keep courting them all your life, but they change. Even if they give you a wee bit of little happiness or pleasure, very soon they change. So Gurudev used to say that happiness that you were running after, when you embrace it finally, it dies in your own embrace. So when it is not there, so why are you running after it? Now then Shuchi, we had done, that is purity. Purity of mind, intellect and body. So body purity, yes, we are very good at. Indians especially are very good at physical purity and physical hygiene and all that. But apart from that, environmental pollution, that also should be clean, perfectly clean. Your home, your room, your desk, everything should be in order, placed right, because that shows the quality of your mind. If it is all uh, in disarray, it shows how unsystematic your mind is and how crowded and cluttered your mind is. Similarly, daksha, you must be skilled in whatever you do, whether it is cooking or it is office work or it is outside shopping or it is managing any institute or whatever work you are doing, it should be expertly done. You may be a designer, interior decorator, architect, doctor, whatever your profession or vocation in life, you should be expert in it. The aim should be to do it perfectly well. You are serving it to the Lord. Next was Udasin. Now, Udasin translates as unconcerned or indifferent in English. Now, why should you be indifferent to life? Isn't life meant for enjoyment? Yes, it is. Of course, it is. But what does it mean to be indifferent? See, first of all, purity, we had done that you do not allow impurities to enter your mind. Like so much of filth is vomited by the media every single day, and we just sit and go on listening to it, go on. See, people talk of all kind of nonsense. People talk ill of others. People talk of others who have been unfair to them. People talk of horrible situations. People talk of imminent dangers. Now, when you sit and listen to these things, whether on the television or in any society that you happen to be, it all registers in your mind and deposits over there as filth. And that is what keeps troubling your mind, because the mind has a habit of repeating itself, isn't it? No matter what you see or what you hear will come back to your mind again and again. So that is the food you have given to the mind, and the mind is chewing on that food. So that purity you must maintain. Unconcerned is that, it is actually, unconcerned doesn't mean that you do not have any responses. That is not what it means. It means that you rise above responses, knowing fully well that the outer situations in life will change. This is a Maha Mantra, that this too shall pass. When you live with that Maha Mantra, that this too shall pass, then that thing does not affect you so much. है ना? See, I have experienced experienced when a dentist is doing something to your teeth. You remember, A, they try to they try to disengage your mind from your teeth to something else. So they will talk of something else here and there. Or then what they do, when they're doing something which gives you excruciating pain, then they say, Bas ho gaya, acha, done, done, done. So when they say done, done, it means just bear it for a short little while, it's over almost. Then you grit yourself nicely to bear it. So this udasin means something like that, that, see, you should not misunderstand this philosophy to mean that this person is indifferent to anything in life. It is not that. The person is, you see, he is unconcerned about all kind of wrong things and bad things which can affect his mind. He distances himself from it. He takes on an attitude of the witness, like you watch from the balcony what is happening far away from your house, but you are watching it, yet you are not in it, isn't it? It is happening to someone else, so you are unaffected by it. So that is the kind of thing you should do. Unconcerned attitude is meant so that the energies of the mind are not wasted. The energies of the mind are, आप उनको संजो के रखते हैं. They are garnered. They are garnered for what? For higher purposes of contemplation and meditation. And that is what you should always do. Okay, then we coming to this, free from trembling. Gurudev used to say that if you desire something very strongly, then the mind experiences a certain amount of nervousness, that if I don't get this, what will happen? So, imagining a future without the desired object or without the much needed object that you think causes you to feel nervous, anxious prone, anxiety prone, and then there are tremors inside your body. And they are from the fear of losing it, from the fear of losing a relationship, the fear of losing somebody you love, the fear of losing some object which you like. Gurudev used to give the example, some cut glass that you got from Vienna, from the original factory where that thing is, glass is molded, cut beautifully, and you brought it, hiding it from the eyes of the custom officers and nicely wrapped so that it doesn't break and all the rest of it. And then you bring it home. Very nicely, you clean it, polish it, and put a light where the light goes through it. And you used to dramatize all this. And then you put it on your table and you throw a party. And some guest who is half inebriated walks past it and they crash. One crash, and the whole glass is splintered. And what happens to you? The glass is broken there, and your inner peace is broken here, isn't it? So that is what it means, that free from trembling. You, how is this achieved? No matter what you desire, no matter what you are striving for, okay, do that. But pre warn yourself that this situation can change, this object can change. Once you pre-warn yourself of that and you determine that if it does, I am not going to get upset. This thing should not have the power to upset me. When you do that, then that thing will not have the power to upset you. Hmm. Then renouncing every undertaking. Oh, this comes under a lot of criticism. Renouncing every undertaken. Sarva Ramba Parityagi. Renouncing every beginning. So then what happened? By the misinterpretation of this phrase, a whole race of Hindus became idlers, incompetent, uh, do good, do good for nothing, whatever it's called, and lazing around at home. I don't have to begin any work. If you do not begin any work, how do you think you will progress in life? What will you achieve if you don't begin anything? No, no, no. That is not the meaning of it. Here, these verses are at a different level of consciousness. Here he is talking all these qualities I had told you, yes, last time also, that these qualities are of the mind of the human being, not physical. So Sarva Ramba Parityagi is mental conditioning of the human being who is going in for a new venture. He has to be in full control of his ego, that I am not the one who is doing this. I am not the one who is beginning to do this. Half of it is already done by somebody else. And even when I do it, the power that will make me do it is the Lord's, not mine, not mine. It is His work, His job. I am achieving it through power given by Him. And also, I am not the first one to start it. Try and do something without the natural ingredients that the Lord has already provided you. Think carefully. Can you make anything? Can you start any venture without the help of the things the Lord has already created? Giving you an example of the baby. Can you make a baby without using any ingredient that the Lord has provided? Hmm. Huh. Test tube baby, stem cell baby, this baby, that baby to these days. But what is the raw material that is being used for them? Have you made the stem cells? Right? Have you made the sperm? Have you made the ova? Have you made the egg? Have you made the flesh and blood? Have you made water? Have you made air? Have you made whatever is required to make that baby is already done by somebody? So you have not started it. Sarva Ramba Parityagi. With that mindset, he is talking of the highest yogi, not people like you and me. हम तो बड़ी छाती चौड़ी करके कहते हैं ना, I did this and I did that. You did nothing. But we do not have that mindset. A perfect yogi is the one who has these qualities. He is the one who constantly keeps it in mind that whatever I am doing and whatever is being done is already started by the Lord. He is the Arambh karne wala. Arambh means starting. He is the one who has started it. I am the one who's just trying to trail off, finish off the job. Or the Lord is using my body, mind, and intellect to get this done. So I am in any case a Sarvarambha Parityagi, whether I know it or I don't know it. Here, the Lord is only saying that a high class yogi, a perfect yogi who all the time knows this and acts in the world as this, or in all his undertakings, is the one I love, he says. Hmm? So, all the work he says, all movements in the world, everything is controlled, regulated, governed, and started by the Lord himself. So nobody can claim that it is me who did this or nobody else in the world has ever done it. Whether it is an invention, it is with the ingredients the Lord has made. If it is a discovery, the Lord had already put it there, but it was covered, you had not discovered it. Now, the moment it is uncovered for you, you say it is my discovery. Yes, only discovery, not that you started it. Hmm? Hmm. So here, come to the now the next word, next verse. यो न यो न हृष्यति न द्वेष्टि न शोचति न काङ्क्षति शुभाशुभ परित्यागी भक्तिमान्य स मे प्रियः. This verse also comes under lot of misinterpretation by Westerners, by even Indian philosophers, Indian pundits, who advise you wrongly because they understand it wrongly, not their fault really. Now, the verse translates, he who neither rejoices, nor hates, nor grieves, nor desires, renouncing good and evil, full of devotion, is dear to me. Okay. So, what is this man? I said last time in the class that he's a dead man. If you see the literal translation of all this, it only means that he is a dead person. There are no responses in him of any sort, neither rejoices, huh, nor hates. Kya hua? Stone statue. Nor grieves, nor desires. Huh? He doesn't feel sorry about anything. He doesn't feel joy about anything. That means he's a numb, gone into coma or something. Either a stone statue or a comatose person. What is he? Or a dead human being? Renouncing good and evil. There are only two categories of things in the world, good and evil, right? And he is given up both. So, kya hua? He cannot interact with the world. What a man! And full of devotion. पर एक चीज उसमें होनी चाहिए क्या? He should be full of devotion, thankfulness to the Lord. And the Lord says that that person is dear to me. Again, please understand, this is talking of a mindset which is a totally different level of consciousness. It is not the consciousness in which you and I are there. तीन states है ना mind की which we know. What are the three states? Waking, dream, deep sleep. We only know these three. ठीक है ना? Waking, dream, and deep sleep. Okay. This is talking of a state which is beyond the three states. A true yogi achieves this status. That he, acha, tell, look, first let's take rejoices. Huh? Do you rejoice in the fact that I have many more marbles than my son? Ridiculous, isn't it? I have more beautiful marbles than my son. Ridiculous. Why? Your son rejoices in his possession of marbles. You don't. Does it matter to you if those marbles break? Honestly. Does it matter to you if somebody steals those marbles? Or does it matter to you if your son snatches away those marbles from you? Do you feel jealous of him? Or do you grieve? You neither rejoice nor grieve. Why? You have grown up from the stage that your son is in. Your little son. He is in the stage of being fascinated by an object. You have grown out of that object. So you neither grieve nor rejoice, isn't it? Your state in life or your mental stage in life is such that you have given up the fascination, not given up, it has dropped you. That fascination is gone from your mind. Similarly, the man of realization is in that state where no matter what happens, no matter what gain he gets, he does not rejoice. Neither he hates anybody, hmm, nor does he grieves. Now, not hating anybody, he grows beyond hate. वो एक था ना, उसमें आगे था अद्वेष्ट. In a previous verse we had done adveshta, incapable of hating. Does your one arm hate another arm? Hmm? Does your one eye hate the other eye so much that I'll poke it and I'll destroy it forever? No, because no matter how much this eye is itching or watering or swollen up or red, but it is giving you trouble, but your hand will never poke that eye and destroy it, that it is giving me trouble, will it? It will only say it is my I. Similarly, the expansive consciousness of this man of a perfect yogi is such that all beings are a part of me alone. I gave you this great example in Hinduism of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. All is my family. Have you ever seen a mother who's awake at night? The child is crying all night, but does that mother throw the child out onto the road that I want to sleep? No, no, no. No mother will do it. Why? Because she understands this is part of me. This is my own flesh and blood. So both the parents are sitting up at night trying to calm the child, ringing up all kind of doctors, ringing up relatives कि भाई ये तो रो रहा है, क्या करें, isn't it? But they don't destroy the child or they don't hate the child, isn't it? So here, all that they do out of love. So this man who's got this totally all-pervading consciousness, he's one with, he does not hate anybody, he does not grieve for anything that is gone, because with the understanding that neither it was not there before and it is not there now. Please understand this very, very clearly. Hmm? It was not there before and it is now. So what? Dekho, uh, somewhere I read this story of a Chinese couple who had one child. The father doted on the child a lot, and then that child grew up, and when he was a young man, he died. The father and mother were both very attached, so the mother used to grieve naturally. But the father was not grieving at all, and he was calm as ever. So one day the mother asked him that what is the matter with you? You were so attached to that child. You would not eat without him, you would not sleep without him and all that. And but you don't seem to grieve. So he said that is the fullness of my soul. I was full and complete before that form entered my life. See, before the child was born, were you happy or not? Were you content or not? Huh? There was fullness before that form entered my life. And now that that form is gone from my life, again there is fullness in my life. I am not less for it. Isn't that the verse that Chinmaya Mission does all the time? Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate. It only means that no matter, I am complete, I am full. And when you live with that realization that I am complete and full, why would you grieve? There'll be no need for you to grieve. Okay. No desires, no desires. When you yearn and long for something, when you desire something so much, your mind is in a state of agitation all the time till you get that thing. You can't eat, you can't sleep, you can't think. Breathing, supposing there is a girl, Radha, you are in love with. So breathing out is Radha, breathing in is Radha, eating is Radha, sleeping is Radha. Your mind cannot think of anything else. But a yogi's mind is constantly in touch with the supreme truth. No other object has the power to fascinate him. He has grown out of it. Not that he grieves for it. Yeah, oh, ho, I have lost fascination for this thing, I have lost fascination for that thing. He is not sorry at all. Just like you are not sorry for the doll that broke, a doll that you used to play with in childhood, that doll broke. What will you do? Pick it up and throw it in the dustbin? Isn't it? Or you are sitting and grieving for it? No, you have grown out of it. Similarly, he neither grieves nor desires any object, because not that he forcefully suppresses his desire, that is suppression. He has grown out of it. Some great dress that you bought, very beautiful, hanging in your closet. You have worn it two, three, four, 5 times, and you are fed up of it anymore. You don't want to repeat it again and again. And then, if that dress you give away to somebody, or somebody asks for it and you have given it away, do you feel sorry? No. You have grown out of that desire, you have grown away from it. Okay. Now, renouncing good and evil. Acha. There are only two categories in the world. All things fall under these two categories, good and evil. Okay. Now, this yogi lives out of the realm of these two categories. Evil or good does not affect this man. It, he has got no value for anything that is good or that is evil. It doesn't mean that he's a poor thing. Oh ho, poor thing, he's gone into a depression. He's not gone into a depression. He is very joyous, because when the need is not there for that thing, whether you have it or you don't have it, does it matter? Doesn't matter. So, whether it is a good thing or it is a bad thing, he is beyond these two. He is above these two. So, he is above all happenings, all relationships, all people. He treats them all lovingly, happily, but whether one is there or not there makes no difference to him. And that is why it is that he neither hates nor is dead. So he is not a dead corpse or anything. Don't take it that way. He is a man who is fully conscious of everything. So हम क्या करते हैं? We draw little circles of hate and love. What we love, we include in a one circle. What we hate, we exclude in another circle. We don't want to enter this circle, and this other circle, we include ourselves in it, right? A man who is a perfect yogi, like the one Krishna is talking about, draws a much bigger circle which encompasses the entire world. And he loves the whole world as his own. Just as much as you love every part of your body, you love and take care of, the same thing happens to this man. He cannot hate, he cannot love. Do you hate any part of your body? No. Do you long for any part of your body? No, you already have it. So it's that kind of fullness where the cup is full. You do not need to pour anything more into it, so no desire. Okay. It is also another level of consciousness. Now, take the example of the two levels of consciousness which we are aware of. One is a waking stage and one is dream stage. ठीक है ना? Now, in your dream, you have a dream terrorizing you, that you are running, and there are murderers chasing you, and then you go and hide somewhere. The murderers barge into your property, they take hold of your property, your house is gone, and then they find your wife and your children in the house, and they kill each one of them and usurp the whole property. and you are besides yourself with fear, anxiety, grief, and then suddenly you wake up. Okay, now you have gone into another level of consciousness. When you wake up, do you cry for that dead wife? Do you mourn the death of those dream children? Do you cry over that lost property of the dream? No, you don't. This man understands that the whole world is a projection of my mind. Once I am in deep sleep, there is no world. When I'm in the dream stage, the entire world has changed into something different. Even I have, from a king, become a beggar in a dream. So that is not the reality, nor is this world the reality, because very soon you switch from this consciousness into this, and from this consciousness into deep sleep where nothing exists. He understands very clearly that all this is a projection of Maya. And if it is a projection of Maya, it has a dream quality or it has a shadow quality. So he neither runs after it nor he runs away from it. He is indifferent to this stage of life. Okay? So understand that very clearly. So his tears dry up. There is no sorrow. Sorrow deserts him. And he is happy all the time in himself by himself. Come to the next verse. समौ शत्रौ च मित्रे च तथा मानापमानयोः शीतोष्णसुखदुःखेषु समसङ्गविवर्जितः. It says, he who is the same to foe and friend, and also in honor and dishonor, who is the same in cold and heat, and in pleasure and pain, who is free from attachment. Now, in this verse, he is talking of the three levels of mind, intellect, and body. The BMI, as we call it in short: body, mind, intellect. All these experiences happen in the three worlds. देखो, Shatro Mitre, that means to whom, uh, it says, he who is the same to foe and friend. It does not mean that he is mad or that he is crazy and he doesn't understand the difference between foe and friend. That is not what it means. A foe and friend, a foe and friend का क्या है? Foe and friend belong to the mind, mental. ठीक है ना? हाँ, आपको मन में कोई अच्छा लगता है, he becomes your friend. Somebody you dislike becomes your enemy. Isn't that so? That is how the mind categorizes it. So the mind, this is the play of the mind alone, and he understands very clearly that this is a psychological game which the mind plays to make you happy and to make you sad and make you continuously dance to the tunes of happiness and sadness by turns. You meet somebody you like and you are happy, he's your friend. You, even somebody whom you do not like, even if he is sitting somewhere close to you, you want to get up from there and sit a little away from him. Why? Because your mind tells you that I dislike this person, so the body behaves accordingly. ठीक है? Okay. मान अपमान योहो, honor and dishonor. So he is also above honor and dishonor. Why? Honor and dishonor is a judgment of the intellect. Honor and dishonor is a judgment of the intellect. When the intellect interprets that this man has insulted me, only then you feel the dishonor, right or wrong. The intellect has to judge that I have been insulted. Okay. If somebody gives me, is abusing me in Russian, hmm, will I understand that he is insulting me? My intellect has not been able to uh, interpret it as an insult. So I don't feel insulted, right? Similarly, again, praise. If somebody is praising me in German, I've got that fixed 1.25 inch smile on my face, which neither means yes, yes, I understand, no, it means yes, yes, I thank you, no, it means anything. It's just a fixed pasted smile on my face because I don't understand what he's saying. So the intellect, unless it interprets it as praise, that thing cannot be praise. So this yogi has gone beyond the mind and intellect interpretations. He understands that the mind and intellect also interpret temporarily and their interpretations keep on changing. Interpretations change according to your value systems, according to your education, according to your social upbringing. They are all conditioned by these things. ठीक है ना? Giving you a small example, uh, there was this Parsi lady who never used to touch, married to a Hindu, but she, in Hindus, amongst the Hindus, they touch the feet and take blessings of the elders. This lady never used to touch the feet of any elder person. So I said to her that why don't you, what is wrong with you? Why don't you touch the feet of those people and take their blessings and good wishes? That is all you will get. So she says, no, no, amongst Parsis, we only touch the feet of dead bodies, dead people. So we just touch their feet when they are dead. So I don't like to do that. Now, see, tell me what. The Hindu parents, in laws, the in laws who were Hindu were taking that to be an insult, whereas she was only honoring them. Have you seen the difference? By not touching their feet, if she touched their feet, she would declare them dead, isn't it? In her mind. So, this honor and dishonor is only what the mind interprets for you, what the mind, what the intellect interprets, and the intellect is conditioned. Everybody's intellect is conditioned differently. So, what is the reality of insult or praise? Praise is also of that Lord who created you and who is making you capable of being praised. Insult is also not yours because it is not your fault that he is insulting. You think you're doing the right thing. So please, Gurudev used to say, praise and insult, always redirect the note to the Lord. It is not meant for you. So a yogi lives in that the note, the insult or the praise is not meant for me. It is meant for the Lord himself. Okay. The next is the level of the body, heat and cold. He who is the same in heat and cold. Nobody can be the same in heat and cold. It is a condition of the body. Body's reaction to heat and cold. Okay? Na? If it is very hot, the body will perspire, the body will be hot. If it is cold, the body will shiver, there will be tremors in the physical body, isn't it? So, not that he is beyond the conditions of the body will react to temperature or heat and cold or whatever happens to the body, it will react. But mentally, you can be away from it. Mentally, you can school yourself to go beyond the body. See these big Mahatmas, Raman Maharishi, and others, when they used to have these painful tumor operations, they used to say that you operate. It will hurt a lot, the doctor said. So let me give you a painkiller or an injection, anesthesia. They used to say, no, don't do that. When I say that, yes, carry on, then you do it, because by then I would have gone beyond the body. And it is an observed fact that Ramakrishna, Raman Maharishi, and all would go into a state of meditation, and no reactions of the body would take place when the doctor was operating on their tumor. This is observed with many a realized master, that they can go beyond the body. And once they go into meditation, they are not there. They have switched off their mind and intellect from the body. Once the mind and intellect is switched off from the body does not react, cannot react, isn't it? So here, when he says that who is the same in heat and cold, is that he switches off his mind from there. It is only the body that will be affected, but he will not be affected. His mind will not be affected. Huh? Nothing can remain the same. He lives with that. He has reached a kind of an inner tranquility. He has reached a kind of an inner equipoise which does not allow him. You know, वो कबीर का दोहा है ना, कि दो पाटन के बीच में साबित बचा न कोय, चलती चक्की देख कर दिया कबीरा रोए. So Kabir, they say that somebody else jokingly said, transferred it other way, that चलती चक्की देख के दिया कबीरा रोए, कीली से जो लग गया साबित बचया सोए. वो बीच में वो जो धुरी होती है ना, जिसके ऊपर वो चक्की चलती है. सो इफ अ ग्रेन ऑफ wheat is stuck to this inner keel, that does not get ground by the chalti chakki. This is the stable Lord. So anybody who has surrendered to the Lord completely and understands that he is totally with the Lord and asking for his protection and surrender, he does not get ground by these kind of sorrows in life. So कीली से जो लग गया साबित बचया सोए. And so this, acha, all these things, when you are attached to them, any attachment to anything will bring you sorrow. So he is free from attachment. संग विवर्जितः, ये जो है ना इसमें, सम संग विवर्जित. सम means equipoise, his mind is balanced. And sanga vivarjita, he does not attach himself to anything, and therefore no sorrow. So the body, mind, and intellect is freed of any attachment to anything. Otherwise, no matter what you are attached to, the fate of that thing becomes your fate. So distance yourself and as a witness, watch it. We will do the next verse next time. ॐ पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरि ओम.